Alright, hello everybody. Oh, I just got stuff just in the way. You know how it is. There we go. Hey, Sojan, is the sound working good? Move this a little bit. Hey, delay capture. Alright, sweet. Well, since I'm pretty much done with the Furioso Dreadnought, I'm doing the base work off camera as something for YouTube for people to go and see. So, did a poll on my Twitter, and we're going to be working on Uten Ironhearth from Loot Studios. So, got him all primed up. Just have his hands separate because, honestly, like with where this is, be a little hard to get to the head. And this is supposed to be attached, but it broke in transit, but it's something I can easily fix right here. So, but for the most part today, going to be working on the skin on this guy. And actually, after a zenithal highlight, saw he has like a nice little crisscross working of scars. I don't know if these are burn marks, but it might actually be arm hair, so I'll have fun with that. So, I figure since I'm going to go more display quality, I'm going to use these on stream today. So it'll probably just be a lot of skin work, because I'm not going to be doing much in the way of washes. I'm just going to be doing a lot of layering today. So, might not be too terribly interesting, but hey, you can stick around for the nerd chat, as always. Thank you for asking, Ty. This is from Loot Studios. This is one of their... you can actually get this mini for free off their site without doing any sort of subscription or anything. You get this and another miniature. And, yeah, then you can decide whether or not you want to sign up. This is the 75mm, but he also can be printed at 32mm, I believe. And I'm trying to see... Yeah, okay. So one hand doesn't have a glove, but the other hand does have a glove. Obviously, the one holding the sword and everything will be gloved, whereas the hand holding the hammer is not. So, I don't know if you guys want to see. Yeah, that paint comes out very gel-like, so I actually use a little bit of a acrylic thinner on this. Just like, we'll do a drop. Otherwise, I hope everyone else is doing okay. Hope it's been a great day. Yeah, just even that one drop of acrylic thinner. I don't know if you guys want me to scoot over my wet palette so you can kind of see the consistency of the paint or not. Or if you just trust my judgment on this. Yes, this is the same skin paint that I used on the Spriggan, which he's in the car right now, so I would probably display him a little bit, but yeah, he is not here. I see a lot of vein work on the arms here. As you can see, this paint is pretty smooth when it gets put on. Actually, I might thin it just a little bit more. One more drop. There we go. And as you can see, I've done my standard Zenithal, black primer, Zenithal highlight, all that jazz. And I will try to do a little bit of an OSL glow with the sword that he's working on. What's that going to be on, Sojan? Is that going to be on Prime or on HBO? Prime? Well, I will definitely give it a watch. I never read the books, but it looks impressive, and I know a lot of people are excited for it. Just like I was excited for Dune, so I will definitely give it a watch. I may pester you with a few questions, and you might just tell me to go read the damn book. Definitely gonna have to do a second coat of all this, but... And I'm even like going up into the hair just to be sure that I get all of the nooks and crannies with all of his long flowing luscious locks. That's what I remember you saying too. And my buddy Uncle Tass saying the same thing, that especially like the middle to later books, when I've heard nothing happens, it's just painful to get through then. And yes, I could have glued him to the base here, but I couldn't have gotten to a lot of the other make Lord of the Rings look pithy. There's an 800-page book about 3 armies pivoting. To which, of course, there's the obligatory pivot. Yep, just see, like right here, just getting in that little cranny right there. So again, yeah, doesn't hurt to do the skin first and to just go overboard with painting it, just to be sure that you actually get everything. You don't go back just going, oh hey, I missed a spot, or I'll smudge it with my finger like that. Yes, definitely a second coat on all of this. And I may try some more tattoos on this guy as well, like I did with the Spriggan earlier. Oh hey, neat, there's an actual rune right here on the hammer. And I didn't catch, there's a little, I don't know how well that'll show up. Well, trust me, there's a rune right there. You can see this being the avatar of the Forge God. Yeah, this very well could be just, yeah, an avatar for normal D&D characters. This could just be an aspect of Moradin, if you wanted it to be. Yeah. Really tall dwarf when, here's... Well, can't really do it justice there. Yeah, when, here's a normal size mini compared to him, and this guy's supposed to be shorter than this guy on the scale. But hey, it's a display piece. Or, again, a forge god. I actually hadn't really thought of it that way. Or this is just the in-game size of your dwarf in the one campaign we were in together, Sojan. Just, he's that big. Like, no questions are asked. No explanation is given. Everyone just accepts it. Going back with the second coat, because most of this is dry. Big, 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 huge, 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 huge. My bigness is perfection. I can't help it, it just popped in there. Right? God, that comic. If anybody's really wondering or is curious, we're referencing a comic that was called Buttlord GT that just made merciless fun of Dragon Ball Z, like, as it was going on. And yeah, they changed up a lot of the characters, but you knew who was who. Yes, Stay Puft Marshmallow Dwarf. One guy that replaced Vegeta was just called Mr. Huge. He was kind of like Hercule or Mr. Satan, however you want to call him, and Vegeta together, and he just... That was his power. He would just say huge, 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 and would just get insanely big. Yeah, hey, Tass. We're just talking a little bit about the Wheel of Time series and how I remember you and Sojan complaining about some of the middle books there, and if you're excited for it. Yeah, except for his legs. His legs never got bigger with Mr. Huge. Just his upper torso. Once it got to Sanderson, it was good again. Yeah, that's what I remember you guys saying too. Which, yeah, Brandon Sanderson is a good author. I really haven't either. I've seen just like snippets of it, but I haven't actually gone out seeking it. Okay. Actually, yes, I am kind of using a little bit of a guide just to get a little bit more of a hang of what this. You would highly recommend his Steelheart series. Trailer looks really good. Looks like it should be on the scale of Witcher or better. Alright. But yeah, I'm excited for Season 2 of The Witcher myself. Yeah, and I've listened to a few of those books too, and those would be really good if done correctly. Yeah, the Witcher series is good. Once I got to book... Oh, it was Lady of the Lake. I forget which number book that is. But not that it was bad, I just had tapped out at that point because I had listened to a lot of the Witcher books. They're good, just I'd hit my limit for the time being. But sad thing is I still haven't gone back to it. So take that for what that is. Yeah, I haven't heard of the Destroyer Man series, Ty. Sorry, I'm just getting about the right kind of mixture for a highlight here. You guys are obviously talking amongst yourselves, so that's good. For this, since this brush is kind of splaying out like this, I'm actually going to go with more of a detail brush. Book set in about the World War I era. Destroyer 1. The first days of the U.S. in World War II. Okay. Finds himself transported in a world where the dinosaurs never died. Oh, wow. going to really try just doing a lot of my layering. Problem is my TBR is dozens, if not hundreds deep. Yep. That is the problem, isn't it? Just looking at that, looks really bright on there. No. Since I am done mostly with my commissions, I'm just doing a little bit of the base. Nope, this is just strictly for me and for practice. So. Which, don't get me wrong, I didn't mind doing the commission painting, but it is kind of nice painting a little something for myself. I did not for their... I know they had an October one. I didn't put anything in there for that. Maybe if they do a November one, I'll try and get to it. But no, I didn't get anything in on that one. Well, for a while there, that's the only way I could actually listen to books myself was, or get any books read, is by just listening to them. And at least luckily I can do that when I snowplow, because I'm just driving around. I can listen to the book whilst I'm just checking out the streets. And Tass, if you were wondering about Dune, it gets big thumbs up from me. Like, I've seen it twice in the theater and at least 2 or 3 times at home on HBO Max. Just so you know. So it gets high marks from me. Yeah, and Delay Capture was more pissed that there was a part 2 and she couldn't just watch it all. I do that for the city, and I get paid for it. I would never, after doing it for so many years with the state, on interstates, and now doing it in the city, I would never do that for a volunteer job. No, they have to pay me, and they pay me rather well for it. This big meefy back. No, it's actually part of my job description, since I do construction work, mainly survey, for the city I'm in, and then during the winter time, when it snows enough, I help with snow removal and things like that. Nice to see you don't have to deal with the fun of on and off ramps. Yeah, yeah, it's no fun dealing with on and off ramps and having to clear those off. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not on the interstate or anything like that now. Or at least anymore. That sucked. Plus, you learn very quick when you're in a public service spot like that the general driving public is quite stupid. Just trying to look at the shadows here and pick out raised areas for these highlights. Posted no way through. Yeah. Yeah, and not just in driving. Yeah, or like they stare at you like, "Oh, are you going to finish the street here soon?" When, there's a 15-foot pit that they're putting sewer line through, and they've been there for 2 weeks doing that already. So it's just like, no, we're not gonna hurry this up just for you. And I am gonna hit some of this with some doing highlights, and I'll do lowlights, and then some glazing, and possibly some tattoo work as well. Yeah, or it's amazing, Ty, too, how people are just kind of like, oh, well, this sign doesn't apply to me, right? And then you're just like, no, yes, it's actually specifically for you. What about mid-lights and bud lights? Technically, I'm doing a mid-light right now. And I did have a beer with lunch, or with supper tonight, which, yeah, those mushrooms turned out really good, Sojan. Yeah, I had a coworker just ask me, oh, hey, do you like mushrooms? I'm like, well, yeah. And so he had found some oyster mushrooms, and swear to God, it was probably about this mushroom was probably about as big as my painting area. Oh, no lunch beers. So I actually got some steaks and grilled it up. It actually turned out really nice. Yeah, they turned out good too. Just did a little bit of butter and garlic powder on them, and then I got some of the garlic and herb butter for steaks. And while I was grilling them, I put them on the top and let them kind of melt into it while they cook from beneath. And then when I flip them over, then they just kind of fell in, and they flared up and gave it a little bit of a singe, but in a good way. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Yeah, not even a wink. No lunch beers at all. Because being in a city truck, people watch you like a hawk. And some people, ironically, hate the city. And they're out to get you. That's not just paranoid delusions. It's actually happened. Oh, sorry. Yeah, weird. For some reason, people hate public servants. They're quick to tell you, well, I'm a taxpayer, so I'm your boss. I'm like, well, I pay taxes too, so I'm my own boss too. Which that's always fun, just kind of seeing their heads go nova. Yeah. That turned out pretty good, just right out of the gate there. So in high school we found out one of our teacher's husbands was cheating on her because he was using the city car to meet her. Wow. Damn. Ballsy. Wow. The stones on that guy there. You forget not to paint everyone with a broad brush. Yeah. Only cost him his job and his marriage. Well, yeah. It's kind of a big thing there. Now I'm just hitting this with a third highlight, and then then I may go back and I might plan to do, maybe I'll do a few low lights. Took him a goddamn half hour to give up on recovering. Oh, well. Sorry you had to recover one. And obviously I probably should know you, but I don't know you with this new one. Yes, this is a dwarf smith. Here's his anvil and all that. Yeah, this is from Loot Studios. He's 75 millimeters, so he's bigger than what normal miniatures are. And yeah. Nope. Oh well, the basket on his head is right there. See where I'm pointing? Right there, underneath the actual camera that is focused on me right now. Okay. Now I know who him be. Well, thanks for swinging by, Beholder. And if you're on a new account, don't forget to give me a follow. Actually, we really haven't even tried many of the sounds tonight. Wonder if they're really working.
Hey, phrasing!
There we go.
It's a trap!
All right. Ask and ye shall receive. I got to figure out how to tell Michael Mordor how to get sounds on his, because boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of points to use for sounds on his. Okay, now we'll go and do...
Moist.
Ooh, moist. Now, let's see. Shadow Shade. Says use golden flesh and crimson. Oh, golden flesh, crimson, and burnt skin. Oh. Ah. I should hope you'd have a decent amount of points, considering the amount of time you've just been hanging out here, which I appreciate it. Okay. So many moists. Okay, so let me just add this. I know this will be a very stark contrast initially, but this will work. But yeah, if you guys want me to chat about anything while I'm doing this, sorry I am kind of focused a little bit, but I will chat about whatever you guys want, if it's within my wheelhouse to chat about. There is some hair in his pits. Right there. So yes, I probably will give him hairy pits. And I do see some veins sticking out here, so I will probably hit them here soon with a very light blue, because I am going to be doing some glazes on this model as well. Fire red armpit hair. Yeah, I haven't even thought of what color to make the hair here. Okay, Sojan, what color was Flint's hair? Do you remember? this guy definitely has some Flint vibes, and I know Uncle Tass will agree here too. Gravelly gray / white. One white armpit hair, one black. One armpit gives life, the other takes it. Alright, I will do my best to remember that hair color, because maybe I'll just go with that. His last name was Gravelbeard. Well, alright then. That kind of settles it then. This guy is a lot like a meat miracle right now. I figure I'll do a dark line right at the belt, because that's usually where a lot of shadows hit too. I'm hoping the muscle definition here doesn't look too... Well, I mean, okay. It looks over-exaggerated now, but once I hit it up with a bunch of glazes and everything, it'll look more natural. Because the glaze will be like one of the mid-tones here, and it'll really help tie everything together. You know, bring the room together, just like the carpet I have here. Really just ties the room together. Yep. To be doing the eyes right about now too. So right now would be the perfect time to do them, because then if I jack up on them, I can just cover it all back up like it never happened. This will really make these fingers stand out. Yeah, look at that. Alright, yeah, with a single sweep of his hoof. Thanks for swinging by, Uncle Tass. I appreciate it as always, bud. It's always good seeing you on here, even though I know it's your bedtime. Okay. Now, yeah. Oh, geez, we're almost at an hour already, too. Sweet, because I've kind of got to plan tattoos on this guy, and then, yeah, then, might save that for Wednesday's stream. Okay, really quick. Let's see, since he's a bit bigger, I'm going to go, instead of straight white, I'm going to go with Corax white. It's kind of like a grayish color. Not even going to go too overboard either. I hope this hasn't been too boring for you guys. I appreciate you all being here. I know it's more of a technical stream today, but it is kind of fun doing all this. This, tighten it up just a little bit. Oh, I almost got through the whole stream and then you noticed. That man is playing Galaga. You didn't think we would notice, but we did. As I then just quietly go back to my Galaga game. Alright, so I know it's a little over-exaggerated right now, but the glazes will kind of will rein it all back in. But what do you guys think so far? And here's the one hand. Well, thank you, Beholder. Yeah, now I will be looking up some tattoos just to get more experience with doing tattoos, and that will probably be Wednesday's stream. Will be me practicing my freehand on. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll be practicing tattoos. I might do one here and one here just for the practice of it. And I don't know, I was even toying around with maybe doing one here. And then, yeah, just taking it from there. So, yeah, looks a little over-exaggerated right now, but, yeah. A house looks weird, too, in the middle of its building stages. I gotta remember that. So. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Yeah, I'll end just a little bit early. Watch as Michael comes in, not knowing about the time change today, or that happened over the weekend. So, but alright, yeah. Unless there's anything else from anybody, I will say goodnight. And just remember, everybody, to keep painting.